welcome back to Antique Agenda. I spent all day inside the house yesterday, so today I want to have some fun and I'm bringing you guys along with me. I'm ready to do a little thrifting. I do have on the agenda that I'm still looking for a long sleeve red sweater. So we will be hitting the clothing, but as you know, we always hit the home goods first. Maybe I'll find some treasures to put in my Etsy shop. You never know what you're gonna find at the thrift store. So let's head inside, see what sort of treasures await us today. Like it. I think it's cute. Sleeves are long enough. It's a yes. Okay, well, the Mile High Thrift did not yield a ton for me. I did pick up the little red long sleeve ribbed. It did fit me nicely, so I did pick this up. And you guys saw me pick up the huge Santa girly candle. And it was $2. I did check online really quick, and this design is going for about $25. Some folks are listing it for $30 online. So I'm probably gonna sell this little guy for half that. I'll sell him for $12. I decided not to spend too much time at that thrift store since I wasn't seeing a lot. We're gonna hit a Goodwill. I'm already in the parking lot. So let's head inside and see if the Goodwill in Thornton, Colorado has any treasures to bestow upon us. Let's do it. Well, I'm seeing some nice clear glass. Look at the elephant back here. Ooh, what are you? $6 for the elephant. All right, I did look him up. It looks like it is a Costa Boda little elephant, and the asks are around 30, but the solds are around 15. So I think since I'm not really a mid-century, more modern seller, I think I'm going to pass on this little guy, but I do see some fun baskets. These are $6 as well. They're pretty though. I might consider these. What else they got in the basket area? Let's see. You know, I love a good structural basket. This is it's telling you it's vintage, which means it's not that vintage. Alrighty, what else they got down here? This looks like this was a planter or possibly a trash can. I don't need him, but that's always a good pickup if you like baskets. I do not like these, I think they call them like seagrass woven type. I stay far away from these. I just don't think the material is very strong. I'm striking out in the baskets. Let's see, what about this one? This is much more my style of basket. I like a good willow branch weave. This one is kind of shellacked, which is not my cup. $4 yellow tag. I think yellow is on sale though. Let's take a good look at you. Yeah, I usually prefer more of like the raw finish. All right, I am definitely a strong proponent of examining all of the grab bags, because this is sometimes where you can get a good deal. Like if these were stamps I was interested in, that's a good amount of stamps for $4. They're looking pretty simple, but you never know. You never know. Like you see, I mean, $4 is not super cheap, but look at all of the little jewelry bags that I could utilize for my business. These little sheer pouches. Well, the thrift trip today was not super fruitful, but that is okay because I have a haul from an estate sale that I went to last week that I can share. But let's review what I took home from thrifting today. At Mile High, I did pick up not a red sweater, but a red long sleeve, very similar to the black one I am wearing. And this was $5 with 25% off, so that always helps a little bit. And then I saw the bag that had this huge Santa girly candle. Shocked to see that just hanging there. And so he was with a couple of other candles for $2. So how can you resist a nice vintage piece of Christmas at such a nice thrifty price? And then at the Goodwill, I did take home this large bag of little organza jewelry sacks. They're really nice when you are sending out pieces of jewelry or smaller trinkets. It seems like a good amount in there. I didn't count them or anything, but at least I got them secondhand, which is always a bonus for me. So, way to go, Heather. You didn't overspend today, which is nice because last week when I went to the estate sale, I did spend a nice little amount of money. I'm going to show you a haul. This is from one estate sale, and I spent, I believe it was about $150 total. Gosh, things really do add up when you're at a home full of treasures. I'm going to show you the two items that brought me to this sale, the items that I was going for first and I did end up getting. First of which is this brass towel holder. And I'm sure you guys know that as soon as I saw this in the photo, I would have wanted to come and try to pick her up. So she was tagged, she was $25. And I don't think she is antique. I do believe this is a repro, but it's well constructed, really whimsical, fun piece to add to a bathroom or your kitchen. Add that Victorian character, I think. The other item that I had my eye on was a pair of Cobra candlestick holders. And I was able to find them. They were on a fireplace mantle. And when I didn't see them downstairs, I got a little disappointed. But turns out this townhome had a fireplace on the loft level. So that's where they were. And these were tagged $25 as well. Now these little reptiles, I think I'm going to hang on to. They are a really nice brass with some enamel paint on them. Nice weight, nice casting, probably dating from the 80s, possibly 70s. All right, so those two $25 items were the biggest purchases. Now let's go over some of the smaller goods that I was able to grab at that estate sale. Let's start with the most fun. This bag of Kewpies. Now I did bring my camera on this estate adventure. I just didn't end up filming a lot, but I do think I got a little bit of video of me looking through the Kewpie bags. There were 2 bags that had a bunch of Kewpies in it. They were $7 each. And I chose the bag that had the 2 books in them. Well, I got what I was looking for, so now I am looking at the extra stuff. There's a bag of Kewpies for $7. I might go ahead and pull the trigger because it's got a book too. $7 just for the dolls, I think, was a great price. But the bonus books was why I chose this bag. And they both have the little barcodes on them. So not super old, but they're really cute. Little Kewpie scientist. But a lot of illustrations. This one has the story of Kewpieville. And this other little book is called The Kewpies and the Runaway Baby. Great cover, really nice paper and illustrations on this one as well. So now we're gonna move on to the ceramic figurines, and most of them are Kewps. The homeowner definitely was a collector of Kewpies, and I'm just gonna show all of them real quick. I got a nice bigger one with movable arms. I got this figurine of 2 Kewpies hugging, very cute. And this one was marked $3. And so I probably spent about that. Maybe I spent a little more on the bigger one. But this one's cute. This one looks a lot more like the actual Rose O'Neil face. She's very, very cute. So I got this little figurine. And then I also got this little dolly. This is not a Kewpie, but really cute face. I don't always come across this particular mold on the bisque babies. I usually grab the little flapper girls with the cute bobs. But this one I think is very, very cute. So yeah, I grabbed this. And the last piece of ceramics is definitely not a cute, innocent doll baby. We're going to go the other direction, down more of a sinister lane, because what I grabbed was this ashtray, and it's going to be hard to show. As you can see, there is this bobbing tongue here, and I'm going to hold that tongue so I can tip it over and show you. This is a ceramic devil head ashtray. The tongue has the most wear. I'm just gonna pop the tongue out so you can see. There is paint wear on the tongue. Now there is some words on this. Where are my glasses? Oh my gosh, this is a souvenir. This actually says Niagara Falls, Canada on the tongue. Because I didn't have my glasses, I couldn't read it. Other than that paint wear on the tongue, I think the rest of it is in lovely shape, maybe a little wear on one of the horns. Now this is a piece that I definitely want to put in the Etsy shop. I think that it is the best place for me to make the most profit. This kind of piece is great for the Cabinet of Curiosity collectors, Halloween collectors, just devil collectors in general. All right, the rest of the items are all in the Victorian or romantic kind of category, except for this little kitchen towel, really sweet embroidered piece with the bear on it holding the honey pot and the spoon. It says hungry as and then shows the bear. It definitely has yellowing and stains on it, but the image was too cute not to pick up. I think this was probably $1 or $2. Okay, let's just start with what is directly in front of me. And that is this Victorian glove box. There were actually 2 glove boxes. I chose this one because I've never had a black one before. I usually get the celluloid ones, and it's got beautiful bright yellow satin lining in there. I was thinking that this could be a great little box to hold longer hat pins or some gloves, but that was a really beautiful piece. I also did get some video of finding a little collection of silver plate. Okay, we're in the basement. This is cute. Oh, hello. Hello. Set. Yes. So really pleased to pick up the 4 pieces for $10. Now there are dents, but I do love it when the engraving pops from the tarnished bodies on these antique pieces. I love that, where you have more of the higher contrast with the design there. So we've got an open sugar and 2 creamers, maybe a syrup pitcher. This one has a lid and this one doesn't. So maybe this is actually a creamer and this possibly a syrup. So we have those 3 pieces, and then this was included even though it is very different from the other 3. The other 3, obviously a matching set, but this piece is more of a trophy style open sugar, and it's actually engraved. It does have a name right across here in this banner. It says Bertha. Which is really fun because when you see names on these pieces, you have instant provenance. You know that this belonged to a person in the late 1800s and her name was Bertha. And that I find really thrilling. There were 2 hat pin stands with hat pins in them, and I don't think they are antique. I would say these are vintage. Probably craft pieces from the 80s. And still, this one might be closer to antique. The findings on this one are a little older, a little more worn, so that's possibly a little bit older. I might just keep the whole unit as a collection and bring this to a live sale in the future. And then I also did find some caskets. I'm very good at sniffing these out at estate sales. So I got 2 of them. The little tiny one I am going to keep in my own collection. And the larger casket is very decorative. Really nice designs all over this one. Even the bottom. I love that. The only downside is it lost its silk lining and someone replaced it with this blue, I don't know, I guess that's velvet, but they didn't finish it off that great. It's starting to fray. Actually, it's not that bad. It's not the worst redo that I've seen. Sometimes I just kind of prefer to have them without their lining and put a little hanky in them, but I'm going to keep this as it was refurbished by its previous owner. The color at least is nice. I do like that color blue. All right, so we're getting down to it. I think I'm gonna save the best for last. So let's move on to the book that I picked up. Now, the cover is not in good shape. You can see that there was something stacked on top of this and there's fading going around the outer edge of the cover. But do you see the beautiful gold lettering? This is actually a compendium of Life magazines from 1888. And it is the first half of the year. So it goes from January through June. No, it goes from January through July. Because I did see a 4th of July ad in this. So this does have a stamp. This was a collection owned by Henry Clifford Stewart. His stamp is right there. This book is lent upon the express condition that it to be returned to its owner, Henry Clifford Stewart, within 2 weeks. So he wanted to make sure he got his collection returned to him if he was going to lend it out. Look at this, February 16th, 1888, St. Valentine's number. This is the cover. Isn't that just awesome to have a record, all of the advertisements, the happenings, the stories. This is interesting. It looks like one of the pages was not registered correctly. So it was printed and then printed again offset. So it's a little hard to read. I mean, who knows how unique some of these prints are. I don't know how many compendiums like this still exist. But I do think it's a treasure, and I'm glad that I grabbed it. Now, last but not least is a antique Victorian piece of Iroquois souvenir beadwork. I do have a collection of these. I spoke about it maybe 3 years ago now on the chat show that I had with Angela. You might be able to find that in my video history. But this is a beautiful little Victorian boot, and there's a lot of wear, but the beadwork is still a really nicely done and intact. The silk on the base of the boot, now that's what's shredded to pieces. And it's a little unfortunate, but it does tell the story that this beautiful piece was picked up as a souvenir and then used and kept, and it has survived for all those generations until today. And I'm so glad that I grabbed it so that I can be its very loving custodian. And then there are these beautiful hat pins that match the boot. Just a precious antique piece of history. And this was also $25. I forgot that this was another $25 piece. I am not a math gal, but $75 on the Cobra candlesticks, the boot, and the figural towel holder. That leaves about $75 for all the rest of these smaller items I just showed you. So I'm not sure how that breaks it up as far as cost per item, but I'm sure if you're a math gal or guy, you can figure it out in your head, and you'll let me know in the comments what my cost per item was. But here's the thing, I don't look at this as one item. I look at this as a set. So I would consider this set of 3 one item. And that's just how I decide to look at it. So yeah, that is the haul from the estate sale. I wish I had spent more time filming for you, but I just get a little bit anxious and want to find the treasures more than trying to hold a camera steady for you to watch me find the treasures. But I know there is a little bit that I will be able to share. I hope you enjoyed this small thrifting trip, and it is part of the game. When you go thrifting, you don't always find a whole bunch of things every trip. That's why you go consecutively, because the more often you go, the more you will be there to find the really special items. All right, let's wrap this up. I want to thank you all for watching. If there's anything you saw that you are interested in and I am not going to keep, and you'd like to reach out, feel free to do so. My email is in the description, as well as you can stop by my Etsy shop and see when I list some of the more important pieces. Well, I hope you guys are having a wonderful January. It's very, very cold here. I have a fun event coming up, the Super Duper Garage Sale, which I took you all to last year. I'm actually gonna have a booth with a friend, and I will be selling there this year. So I need to get ready for that. I might decide to film and put that as one of my videos. We'll see. You just never know. I haven't done an event like this before, so it could just be too crazy and I don't get to do footage, but we shall see, and I will let you guys know how it turns out either way. All right, am I finally saying goodbye now? How many times can I wrap something up? I don't know, but thanks again. I appreciate all of you so, so much. And until I see you in the next video, take care of yourselves. Happy hunting, happy thrifting, and bye for now.